Hello friends, nice to meet once again and happy to see that you might have enjoyed the first part about pathogenic arthropods and their effect on human health, and now you are interested in the second part as well. Here in this part B, we will study about distribution biology and control of previously mentioned vectors. We will also focus on histopathological changes in organs in relation to diseases such as liver cirrhosis, nephrosis and tumor cancers. Few of the arthropods as vectors include Anopheles stephansi and Anopheles culicephacis, Aedes aegypti and Aedes albopictus, Culex, Papillons, Fatkins, Mansonia species, Culex tritonorchensis, Tinocophalides chiopi, Pediculus species, Anopheles stephansi and Anopheles culicephacis. Distribution biology. There are approximately 3,500 species of mosquitoes grouped into 41 genera. Human malaria is transmitted only by females of the genus Anopheles. Of the approximately 430 Anopheles species, only 30 to 40 transmit malaria, that is, are vectors in nature. Anopheles is found worldwide except Antarctica. Malaria is transmitted by different species of Anopheles genus. Anopheles species is depending on the region and the environment. Anopheles can transmit malaria and are found not only in malaria endemic areas, but also in area where malaria has been eliminated. The latter areas are thus constantly at risk of reintroduction of the disease. Control. A variety of ways of dealing with them are possible. Vectors can be drained or filled so as permanently to remove them as breeding sites. This approach has been applied in industrialized area in India. Breeding in water tanks can be prevented by screening them. This is legally compulsory in Bombay, India. Under some conditions, irrigation can be carried out according to a carefully regulated intermittent schedule so that fields are dried once a week and thus larval life cycles cannot be completed. The organophosphate insecticide Tamifos, also called abate, can be applied. This can safely be done even to potable water, and there are few places in the world where Anopheles mosquitoes are resistant to it. The breeding sites may be stocked with larvivorous fish. These are some extent self-propagating, but sites need to be checked at intervals, and those where the fish have died out need to be restocked from a fish rearing facility. In some parts of Asia, grass carp Tinopharyngodon idella have been used in rice fields, which provide a crop of edible fish as well as mosquito control and improvement of rice yields. The bacterial toxin from Bacillus thuringiensis israelensis can be sprayed into breeding sites as a highly specific agent against mosquito larvae. This is extensively used against larvae of nuisance mosquitoes. Unfortunately, the toxin is not self-propagating or long-lasting in natural breeding sites, and frequently retreatment is unaffordable in most low-income countries where the malaria problem exists. There is considerable interest among biologists, including molecular biologists, in the idea of rendering mosquito populations genetically harmless to introduction of genes which make them non-susceptible to Plasmodium or divert them from being strongly attracted to biting humans. Histopathological changes in organs. Target organ RBC, and liver. A resultant liver dysfunction and necrosis of RBCs as a result of malaria is uncommon and usually only occurs in those with other liver conditions such as viral hepatitis or chronic liver disease. The syndrome is sometimes called malarial hepatitis, while it has been considered a rare occurrence. Malarial hepatopathy has seen an increase particularly in Southeast Asia and India. Liver compromise in people with malaria correlates with a greater likelihood of complications and death. Yellowish and common Greek suffix "cis" meaning condition is a result of advanced liver disease. It is characterized by replacement of liver tissue by fibrosis, that is scar tissue, and regenerative nodules, that is lumps that occur due to attempted repair of damaged tissue. These changes lead to loss of liver function. Cirrhosis is the most commonly caused, but has a possible cause due to infections of Plasmodium by Anopheles mosquito vector. Some cases are idiopathic, that is of unknown cause. Aedes aegypti and Aedes albopictus. Distribution biology. The yellow fever mosquito has a cosmotropical distribution annually and spreads to more temperate regions during the summer months. Originating in Africa, Aedes aegypti is now present globally in tropical and subtropical regions. In the early 19th, Aedes aegypti distribution extended from the southern United States down to Argentina. The mid-19th saw the development of a fairly successful Aedes aegypti eradication program throughout its range in North and South America as a method of control yellow fever through education, adult mosquito control, and manipulation of container breeding sites. Though initially successful, Aedes aegypti has re-established in most of the pre-eradication range due to lack of commitment and financial backing necessary to maintain the eradication program. The program is no longer operational today. Aedes albopictus is native to tropical and subtropical regions. They are successfully adapting themselves to cooler region. In the warm and humid tropical region, they are active the entire year long. However, in temperate region, they hibernate over winter. Eggs from strains in the temperate zones are more tolerant to the cold than ones from warmer regions. They can even tolerate snow and temperatures under freezing. In addition, adult tiger mosquitoes can survive throughout winter in suitable microhabitats. Control. Wear long-sleeved clothing and long trousers when outdoors during the day and evening. Spray permethrin or DEET repellents on clothing, as mosquitoes may bite through the thin clothing. Use mosquito netting over the bed if the bedroom is not air conditioned or screened, and for additional protection, treatment to mosquito netting with the insecticide permethrin is given. Spray permethrin or a similar insecticide in the bedroom before retiring. Mosquito control is currently the best method for disease prevention. This primarily includes source reduction, pesticide spraying or fogging, or the use of mosquito traps like the lethal ovi trap. Histopathological changes in organs. Histopathological changes occurs in the liver, lungs, brain, gastrointestinal tract, capillary tubes, kidney, skin layer and heart if there is an occurrence of dengue hemorrhagic fever. The liver is often affected. When liver function declines, the skin and eyes become yellow, a condition known as jaundice, and the body's ability to form blood clots is compromised. Difficult to control bleeding may occur from areas such as the intestines. Damage to the heart, brain, and other vital organs can cause shock, coma, and increased susceptibility to bacterial infections. If a person survives a severe infection, it may take several months to fully recover. Culex, Papillons, Fatkins, Mansonia species. Distribution biology. Wuchereria bancrofti, the causative agent of lymphatic filariasis, is transmitted by mosquito species belonging to Anopheles, Aedes, Culex, and Mansonia depending on the geographic area. In East Africa, Anopheles and Culex species are known vectors, but in West Africa, only Anopheles species are the reported vectors of the disease. Control. Personal hygiene and practices for precautions of mosquito bite. Filariasis can be controlled and treated by the following drugs. An arsenical preparation is effective in destroying adult worms. Diethyl carbamazine is effective to kill microfilary. Paramelaminil phenylstibonate is drug used for infective larvae and immature adults. Histopathological changes in organs. Chronic or obstructive lesions take 10 to 15 years. This is due to the permanent damage to the lymph vessels caused by the adult worms. The pathological changes causing dilation of the lymph vessels due to recurrent inflammatory episodes leading to endothelial proliferation and inflammatory granulomatous reaction around the parasite. Initially, it starts with pitting oedema, which give rise to browny oedema leading to hardening tissues. Still late, hyperpigmentation, keratosis, wart-like lesions are developed. For example, hydrocele in 40 to 60%, elephantiasis of scrotum, penis, leg, arm, vulva, breast, chyluria and hematuria. Culex tritinorchensis. Distribution biology. Endemic in temperate and tropical region of Asia. Reduced prevalence in Japan. It has not occurred in US. In India, it is epidemic. Formerly were mostly observed in temperate region, but now limited primarily to high elevations in the subtropicals and tropics. Control. Sanitary prophylaxis. Housing of animal indoors is screened. Stabling can provide protection from mosquitoes, especially during active outbreaks and peak vector activities. Vector control reduces transmission. Spraying should cover vegetation around houses, breeding sites and animal shelters. Use of mosquito net should be advocated. Histopathological changes in organs. Severe rigorous may mark the onset of this disease in human. Leads to neck rigidity, cachexia, hemiparesis, convulsions, central nervous system involved disorders, swelling of testicles, infertility and abortion as well. Fever, malaise, head and muscle ache, cough and general weakness is also observed. Blotchy rash spreads from the abdomen to chest to rest of the body, but rarely to hands and feet. Severe disease includes prostration, delirium, very low blood pressure and coma. The death rate can be very high during epidemics. Tinochophalides, COP. Distribution biology. It has been carried around the world by ships, black rats, Rattus, and now has a cosmopolitan distribution. It is frequently also found on the brown or common rat, Rattus norvegicus. There are approximately 2,500 species of flea worldwide, of which 62 are found in Great Britain. 95% of flea species are parasite to mammals. The remainder is bird parasites. Control. Keep rodent populations under control. Use flea prevention on your pets such as topical treatments and or flea collars. Keep floors clean by vacuuming regularly. If flea infestation occurs, use insecticides to kill fleas in your home. Wash anything and everything that has been exposed to the fleas. Sprays or bombs can be used to kill the fleas as well. Histopathological changes in organs. The symptoms of bubonic plague include enlarged tender lymph nodes called buboes, fever, chills and severe exhaustion. A condition caused by the invasion of bacteria into the bloodstream may lead to bleeding from your mouth, nose or rectum or under your skin, blackening and death of tissues also called gangrene in your extremities, most commonly your fingers, toe and nose. Tiny broken blood vessels called petechiae is a common histopathological change. Pediculus species. Distribution biology. The louse Pediculus humanus is an ectoparasite of the human head or body. The head louse variant is common in the Western world. The louse feeding on blood of its human host. Infection rates exceeding 20% reported from selected primary schools in Australia, the UK and USA. About 6 to 12 million people, mainly children, are treated annually for head lice in the United States alone. High levels of louse infestation has also been reported from all over the world, including Israel, Denmark, Sweden, UK, France and Australia. Head lice can live off the head, for example on soft furnishing such as pillowcases, on hairbrushes or on coat hoods for up to 48 hours. Control. There is no product or method which assures 100% destruction of the eggs and hatched lice after a single treatment. However, there are a number of treatment modalities that can be employed with varying degrees of success. These methods include chemical treatments, natural products, combs, shaving, hot air and silicone-based lotions. The pharmacological treatment of pediculosis includes use of clotameton applied twice at 24-hour interval and washed off day after that. Benzyl benzoate also can be used when combined with linden. Histopathological changes in organs. Besides headache, sustainable fever, cough, rash, severe muscle pain, chills, falling blood pressure, stupor, sensitivity towards light, delirium, and if not death, it may cause a severity of disorder and dysfunction of circulatory system, and a fatal disease called Brill-Zinsser may occur with disorder and dysfunction in lymph nodes as well. In severe cases, complications of illness may include kidney failure and brain inflammation, also called encephalitis. It is a fatal disease. Very rarely a cure is observed. Summary. Friends, hope you might have enjoyed both the parts, and thanks for your cooperation in going through the lecture about pathogenic arthropods. We have come to one conclusion in the part A about pathogenic arthropods, that how one should prevent and be free from each of these dangerous arthropod diseases. In the same way, here we get an idea about control on the histopathological changes in organs in relation to diseases such as liver cirrhosis, nephrosis and tumor cancer by proper control measures in considering the distribution biology, that is, the habitat from where the arthropods as vector survives, so that specific causative agent will be killed or will get no chance to procreate further, and hence the disease too. We thus focus onto the destruction of arthropods and get rid of vectors considering its habitat as well, so that there would be lesser effects to vital organs of individual and effectively epidemic and or endemic causation of the disease as well. Thanks.